So I'm Rein Pulz. I'm a licensed acupuncturist here on Long Beach Island at LBI Acupuncture. We're located at 285 West 8th Street in Ship Bottom, just on the causeway as you're leaving. We offer acupuncture, Chinese medical cupping, tuina massage, which is a Chinese medical massage, some other traditional Chinese methods of healing, Chinese herbs, herbal formulas that we can cater to individual needs. And we also do some ear acupuncture, things like that for addiction and relaxation. Yeah. So acupuncture is a several thousand-year-old practice of medicine. In fact, we look at it as coming from China because that's where most of the literature is and tradition of it is going back thousands of years. And it's the insertion today of small stainless steel or gold or silver pins in certain parts of the body to stimulate the circulation of qi, or energy of the body, to break any stagnation, harmonize and balance the yin and yang of the body to create the body's way of being the most healthy so that it can fight off any illness, any discomfort, any disorder in the body. We have to go through a pretty rigorous schooling. In New Jersey, you need a bachelor's degree, and then also you need a master's in acupuncture, which for my school was about 4 years of continuous year-round education of classes. So about 11 semesters worth of classes and a large amount of clinical hours. I spent part of my clinical hours in Chinatown and in New York City, working at the oldest pharmacy there. Chinese medicine theory is the whole basis of acupuncture and Chinese herbs. So in order to learn acupuncture, you really need to understand the concepts of Chinese medical theory, which is based on Taoist practices from thousands of years ago in China. And they base a lot of it on natural law. They look at the human body as a microcosm of the universe. A lot of the terminology they use in Chinese medicine is terms like dryness in the body, dampness, wind in the body, excess heat, excess cold. Much like you would label the weather or the external environment around you. So at the typical first treatment, a patient will come in to the office. We'll discuss a little bit about what's going on with them, their complaints. We'll be looking at their tongue and feeling their pulses to get that. These are traditional Chinese medical ways of understanding what's going on inside the body. If there's an excess or a deficiency, if there's an imbalance somewhere, it'll show as markings on the tongue or dips in the tongue or a weakness in the pulse or a strong, overly strong pulse sensation we'll be able to detect. So that's our diagnostic methods for Chinese medicine that we'll use. And then the patient will come in, we'll go on the beamer infrared table for a few minutes to get things circulating. And we'll move on to the acupuncture. We'll start with a little massage to feel everything out and palpate the body, look for tightness anywhere, discomfort. And then we'll do a few acupuncture points, and then we'll leave you for about 10, 20, 15 minutes to a half hour. And then we'll move on, take those out, do a little cupping, a little bit of more tuina medical massage, possibly use some of the herbal salves or liniments that we have here to make it a full whole body experience. So Chinese medical cupping is the use of suction in the form of, well, I use the plastic suction cup, so I'm drawing up some suction with a pump. And that's going to, you put that on various areas of the body. It's going to bring the skin up and pull a lot of blood, lymph up, you know, up and out. So what you're doing is kind of, if you think of the muscle like a sponge, you know, that when it's really tight all the time, maybe a lot of stuff's not circulating properly if it's constantly tensed. And so the cupping is going to kind of draw some blood fluid through that muscle, kind of detox it, if you will. And so what happens is, what we see is if there's tends to be more pain, tightness in an area, you'll see more of a darker marking come on the body. They call that sha. That's a release of stagnation, you know, release of heat and stagnation from the body. So that's very therapeutic, and a lot of people come here just for the cupping. It's very hard to get people to come in the first time, but once they come in, almost always they're like, oh, that's it? What, you know? We have this needle phobia, needle idea of needles as the hypodermic needle that you see in the hospitals and you get as a child. It's pretty traumatic, you know, in a way, so it's understandable. But the acupuncture needles are so thin, you can fit about 20, 25 needles. Acupuncture needles in the hole of a hypodermic needle. So that's how small they are. They're very, very thin. So in general, it doesn't hurt. Sometimes you feel discomfort. Occasionally it does get a sensation of pinching, but by and large, most people are surprised that they're even getting needled. My typical patients, they run from all ages, from children to, you know, the elderly 90, 97-year-old patients. We see all ranges of ailments. We see people come in for, a lot of people come in for the traditional back pain, neck pain, you know, sciatic, headaches. But actually, acupuncture and Chinese medicine can be helpful for all ailments, since it's a way of balancing out the body to heal itself. So, a typical appointment here is about an hour. It varies from place to place, but you know, 45 minutes to an hour is what it usually takes here.